Hey, Monty, I know every win is important, and maybe it's too early to talk about tiebreakers and all that sort of thing, but just to guarantee a season series win over the Lakers with a win tonight, just how big is that, just given what you guys want to accomplish this year?
Well, I mean, it's part of our goals for sure, to continue to pile up wins, but, those are important wins for us. But at the same time, it's the Lakers, for us, it's huge. For them, probably not so much. They can play on any stage and thrive because they've been there before us. We're building towards that, and so to your point, it is a huge win for us. Obviously, as I said in the pregame, they're a team with a championship pedigree, DNA, you name it, and any win in this league is a big win. So we're grateful for that.
Next up is Dwayne Rankin, followed by Cameron Cox.
Yeah, Coach, just maybe take us through what you felt like were keys tonight. I know you thought the guys would be ready regardless of, you knew that LeBron would be out, but what do you feel like you guys did well to pull this one out tonight?
Well, second and fourth quarter defense, holding them to 18 points in each quarter, that basically won us the game. I didn't think offensively we were as sharp tonight. I thought the ball kind of stuck a lot in moments. But when we got to the paint and the ball moved around the gym and we were playing in our, most teams call it double drag. I thought Chris did a good job of finding guys, getting his shots. He got a triple-double. DA put pressure on the rim. We got shots on the backside. That helped us. But the defense in the second and fourth quarter, in my opinion, helped us win the game.
And just to follow, Chris now, sixth player in NBA history with 10,000 assists. I know, obviously, when he passed Oscar, that's a big deal. But this right here, just as big. Just your thoughts on the career he's had and be able to put up those kind of numbers and be in that class.
I'm just grateful to be around Chris and enjoy moments like this. He would probably say he's grateful for the win, but as a coach, somebody who's been around him 2 times now and a friend, I just enjoy watching him, get these achievements along the way. It's amazing because I remember when he was at Wake Forest and, no one could see this on the horizon. And it comes down to a ton of hard work, sacrifice, an unreal family in which he comes from, and his dedication to the game. He and I were talking yesterday. We were both watching the Lakers game at the same time, just trying to figure out ways to, beat them, who they're going to play, just talking about basketball. And he's just serious about his craft. And so I'm not surprised by these achievements. I'm certainly grateful to watch him do it and be a part of it. But it says a lot about his dedication to the game and how much work he's put in. And, he would say a lot of guys had to make shots, but you don't get 10,000 assists just by showing up. You got to put a lot of work in.
2 questions for Cameron Cox with 12 News and David Brandt.
Coach, does Chris still wow you out there on the floor? Like, are there times where you're just amazed by his ability to still be able to do what he can do at this high level these many years into his career?
Yeah, the defense. I've never been around a guy that can come up with steals like that. His defense has always been at a high level. And as he's gotten older, he picks his spots. But the one thing I've always said about Chris, I've never seen a guy turn the ball over and go get it back with a steal like Chris. Nobody that I've ever met in my career has ever been able to do that. And then offensively, his command of the ball, the way he puts passes on point, he's not afraid to take big shots, and his competitive juice is something that, I do not take for granted. And it's helped us, move our program in a good way, good place.
Final question is David Brandt with the Associated Press.
Hey, Monty, I thought it was interesting, you called Chris a friend, and I knew that. But is that, I know you're the coach, he's a player, but how rare is that to have that relationship where it's kind of two equals, you know, as far as basketball and everything like that? Just how unique is this situation for you?
Well, I'd say Chris is my friend because we talk like friends. Even when we're not talking about basketball, we're talking about life and family. And Chris is somebody that I will ask for advice. He's also someone that I can tell the truth and he can tell me the truth. And I think you'd have to ask him, but I value our relationship more now because we're both older. He has a family. He certainly understands where I was because he has a young family now. I had a young family back then. And so I don't mind calling our players my friend. At the same time, you know, these guys allow me to coach them and help them on the basketball court. But yeah, Chris is my friend. And when we're done with this, you know, I'm going to be, you know, checking up on his kids when they're getting 10,000 assists when they're in the league someday. And so I think it's a cool thing to have players that you're close to, but also that you can coach and push at the same time. And Chris has been in my life for a long time. And during some of the toughest moments in my life, when I looked up, Chris was right there. And so I definitely call him a friend. He's also somebody that drives me crazy when he's getting texts. And so that's something that he and I both kind of joke about, but he for sure is a friend of mine.
Yeah, Chris, just two things. First, congrats on reaching 10,000 assists for your career. And then second, just curious about the game today and the flow it went through and where you felt like you guys did well to get this one tonight.
Man, I think we just we stayed the course. That's a talented team over there. I was talking to Coach yesterday when I was watching games after Bron got hurt, and I was telling him when I was in OKC last year, we actually played against the Lakers, and they didn't have Bron and AD, and we lost by like 20. So I think we just needed to come out, respect the game, respect the guys that was playing, and I think that's what we did.
Quick follow, what does it mean to you personally to you got the game ball to reach that plateau and knowing there's more to get out there for you?
Man, it's crazy. I seen a video today of me working out pre-draft with a guy, Edon, and a guy, Steve Kostarowski, before my rookie year, man. You know, it's a blessing, first and foremost, just to be able to play this long. You know, that's something that I don't take for granted. A lot of guys I came in with now coaching or unable to play now. And I thank God for this opportunity, man. I love this game. I love to play, to compete, and I'm grateful.
Final two questions are Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports and Cameron Cox.
Hey, Chris, I know you and Dennis had the year in OKC last year. It felt like some older brother, little brother stuff going on in the court a little bit. Just curious your relationship with him and what it's like to play against him now that you got that year in OKC, where I assume you guys.
Dennis, one of my favorite teammates I ever played with. I think a lot of people don't always understand him or get him. I'm sort of the same way. But one thing about him, he competes, plays at a high level. We was out there competing, you know what I mean? And what happened? They called a foul, and I got a tech. That's what's crazy. And I don't want to get fined and all that, but it's getting ridiculous with these crazy texts, man. They can't even give you an explanation for them. So.
Final question goes to Cameron Cox with 12 News.
Hey, Chris, how hard is it in your eyes to get 10,000 assists? Can you explain that?
Man, you know, I told the guys in the locker room, I got the easy job. All I got to do is pass it to them, you know, and it's crazy, too, to have J. Kidd over there. You know, I think that makes it special because he's one of the guys in that club. And, you know, for me, I watched them guys. I watched J. Kidd. I watched Nash, all them guys as a kid growing up in high school and college. Magic Johnson, all these guys. John Stockton, that 15,000, though, is killer. That's tough. That's tough. But, you know, for me, to know that, you know, I've reached whatever 10,000 it's a huge testament to the great players that I played with, and I ain't done. I'm gonna keep hooping.
Yeah, Devin, you're part of this now latest stretch of Chris getting these assists landmarks, now 10,000. Just for you to be part of that, to be on the floor with him, to see him make put another mark in history.
Yeah, man, I keep telling him, I keep saying, Magic, we are coming for you. So I think Magic Johnson's next on the list. But besides that, man, it's just, it just attests to, what type of teammate he is, with the we score mentality instead of me score mentality. All the nicknames he gets, he fully deserves. The point guard, everything. So, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a long, long career, and he's been very effective for a very long time. It's fun to watch.
Just a quick follow, Devin. What do you feel like you guys did well? I know it started off, pretty strong, got to lead up to 18. They made a little run, and you guys finished it off. What's sticking with you right now in terms of positives coming out of this?
Just defending at a high level. I think one quarter, the second quarter, we held them to 18 points. Shooting low 30s from three, or low 20s from three, and low 30s from the field. So, we've been saying the whole season, if we can rely on our defense, we're in pretty good shape. We'll take care of the other end of the floor, but we defended at a high level today.
Next is David Brandt with the Associated Press, and then Brendan Clean.
Hey, Devin, I know you've kind of joked before, 6 seasons in the NBA and you feel like a veteran now, but, watching Chris Paul in his 16th year, it's not like he's limping to these numbers. He's playing awesome still. I mean, what's that like watching a guy, 35, 36-year-old, playing at such an elite level?
I mean, it's just, you credit his professionalism, his routine. He has his routine down to a T, and just being around it daily. You see no slippage, from the first day he got here to now. Obviously, if you see a man of his age in this league moving around like that, he's taking care of his body very, very well. And, just to see it day to day, the way he eats, the way he trains, the attention to detail, it's all the collective mix of, professionalism of many different things that he does, so seeing behind the scenes has been really good for me this season, and, taking some what we call game from him.
Next up is Brendan Clean with Bright Side of the Sun, followed by Kirsten Susel.
Hey, Buck, I asked you last week or the week before just how you managed to be even more efficient this year. You said Chris Paul. So I feel like I want to ask you again while we're talking about him tonight. Just can you give me an idea of what he does that makes life so much easier and on someone like you in your position?
I mean, you hear people talk about really good point guards all the time, and, they know what's going to happen 2-3 possessions before. He'll pull you aside and tell you, look for this time. And just what you would think is simple basketball, passing the ball on time, on target, reading, the bigs defender when he's coming to set a screen for me or for himself. So, he's seeing things 2 or 3 steps before anybody else sees it, and, it puts you in great position. And, he always makes sure not just one person, all 5 people are in the right places.
Final 2 questions are Kirsten Susel with 12 News, and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Buck, I don't know if you saw, but Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce were at the game tonight. Do you feel like the Suns are becoming the must-see event when people are in town?
I say it every day, man. I wish it was fully open. I know it'd be jumping in here. So, until that day comes, we're enjoying whatever amount. I don't know what number we're up to now, but, you can feel the energy in there. You can feel the passion in there. And, I think if this thing was fully open, it'd be rocking in here for sure.
Final question is Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Book, you mentioned the defense as the key tonight. Just overall, when you look at the way you guys can play defense, like when you guys are at your best, what are the ingredients or what are the elements you feel like are working really well that leads to the collective defensive performance?
Communication, because game to game and as of late, we've been adjusting our defense to personnel base, making adjustments on the fly. So, when you're out there, trying to make adjustments in a timeout and the next play out, you have a whole different coverage than you had before. There's going to be some mishaps, but, when you communicate it and talk it through, you might not even be in the right spot. But if you're talking and communicating to your teammates, it brings you together. And, that's what we've been doing, not scared to be honest with each other, not scared to tell somebody when they messed up, and nobody's taking it personal if somebody, lets them know that they messed up. So, that's a good team that you want to be around.
Yeah, Andre, obviously you're part of history now because you were the guy that got the 10,000 assists. Chris found you with that. I knew you knew that. What does that mean for you personally to be part of that on the other end and just being part of the whole history tonight?
I was so happy. From the beginning, from when we got CP, I've been excited. But just that whole moment, the way how he got his 10K assist with a bang, me being a part of that it was. I definitely felt it, especially when the announcer announced it, and the whole gym realized what was going on. You definitely feel something where it's bigger than basketball. You know what I'm saying? And it was just great to be a part of that, and we just wanted to finish off the game strong after a milestone like that.
When I looked at, now this is the other thing I followed, when I looked at what the Lakers started off with, I was thinking they don't have the size in there to match up. Just were you thinking the same thing, and how much were you trying to take advantage of that, but yet be patient within the offense?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you don't want to play to the level of the competition. We still try to stick to our principles and do what we do best. And we waited for the right mismatches, and we tried not to overforce things, but just still play in rhythm and still take advantage of it. And CP saw it early and got me going, him and Book, and it was just a flow from there.
Final two questions would be Christos Saltis from Greece and Leonardo Torres.
Hello, DA. Congratulations on the win and the performance as well. I would like to ask you, what kind of privilege for you is to share the court with CP3 and have him on your back from the beginning of the season? And what is the biggest, how affect him to you on and off the court?
On and off the court, well, I could say, he's always on me. He's a guy who's pays attention to detail a lot, and he most of the times you see the things that you can't see, and it can help us in the long run. And just being prepared, having that playoff mindset, and knowing teams' tendencies and knowing their bread and butter, just knowing what teams want, knowing their best players, getting the ball out their hands, just being the type of player he put this pressure on me to where knowing that he gave me the key to be the anchor of the defense where whatever I say goes, and just being on top of that and having your teammates look out for you and stuff. He give you a sense of awareness and urgency.
Final question is Leonardo Torres from Peru.
Hi, DA. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Congrats on the win. DA, what makes so special CP3 on the NBA?
Man, it's a lot of things. I don't even think I know him fully to give you the full script, to be honest, and I've seen a lot. And, he's a different guy. He's a dude who knows a lot of people, and knows so much about this game. And, he's a teacher. He's willing to teach you and tell you, what it is about this game, and he can help you a lot. So it's just all about receiving, and, nothing's personal in this game. And, he's just a dude that really cares for dudes in his position. You just got to realize, he really don't have to say nothing to you. He can let you rock out, but, he's a dude that cares and he wants to win, and the type of position he's at is contagious. So everybody have to, pick up.